Hey guys, what's up? And it's time for Thrifting Finds episode 2. To start things off, I have a Paragon Drum. Now most people wouldn't even be interested in picking up Vortex things as it's an alternate ammo type. However, personally, I really like the Vortex discs. I've seen them be very effective in HVZ gameplay. And this is a great find to go with my clipless Nitron that I picked up recently. So between the two of them, it should make a pretty sick boom Nitron. I'm excited to potentially do that in the future. It's not really a priority project, however, it could be a cool thing to do in the future when I have some extra free time. Up next we have a Nerf Hornet. Now this one actually doesn't work as far as I could tell. The trigger doesn't seem to connect to anything. The pump still works, but it kind of just goes off after a certain point. I don't think the trigger actually works very well. It seems to leak out a little bit, but it doesn't work super effectively. I mostly picked this up just for the pump because the Hornet pump is actually one of the most comfortable, and I've seen it used quite effectively in a lot of different modifications, so I figured I'd just pick this guy up for the pump. Up next we have the Nerf Firefly, one of my favorite vintage, I guess if you could call it vintage. It's from when I started nerfing. So the Firefly was one of actually the first full blasters that I got when I was a kid. There's some older ones, but this is one of my first really memorable ones with the, it shot the glow-in-the-dark darts, which were really just darts with glow-in-the-dark, pretty much papery tape wrapped around them, and it totally got ruined after a while. And it had a cool flashing effect when you pulled the trigger, which is why it has this clear turret up here. But overall, it's a cool blaster, very comfortable shell, great for integrations. Probably one of the best stocks Hasbro has ever released on this blaster. And then it's got this cool sort of compact feel, and then the top prime. And it was a direct plunger blaster, so it actually performed pretty well for the time before they went into all the reverse plunger blasters. So overall, good pickup, and it's nostalgic for me, so I'll pretty much always pick these. Up next we have the Nerf Firefly, one of my favorite vintage, I guess if you could call it vintage. It's from when I started nerfing. So the Firefly was one of actually the first full blasters that I got when I was a kid. There's some older ones, but this is one of my first really memorable ones with the, it shot the glow-in-the-dark darts, which were really just darts with glow-in-the-dark, pretty much papery tape wrapped around them, and it totally got ruined after a while. And it had a cool flashing effect when you pulled the trigger, which is why it has this clear turret up here. But overall, it's a cool blaster, very comfortable shell, great for integrations. Probably one of the best stocks Hasbro has ever released on this blaster. And then it's got this cool sort of compact feel, and then the top prime. And it was a direct plunger blaster, so it actually performed pretty well for the time before they went into all the reverse plunger blasters. So overall, good pickup, and it's nostalgic for me, so I'll pretty much always pick these up. Up next, they opened a Goodwill by my house recently. It's not a very good one, to be honest with you. I've went there several times, and nothing's really popped out at me, to be honest. Most of the stuff is just damaged boxing. I'm not sure if that's just because it's a newer store and they just need stock or what, but they never really seem to have any reasonably priced blasters. It's always slightly marked down. This one is the Ray blaster. It's basically like a elite dart version of a Magnus. It has the internal magazine. I believe it holds 4 darts. This one wasn't too badly priced, so I picked this one up. No real plans for this one. I think it's just going to sit on the shelf for now because it's basically new in box. It just doesn't have the darts that it was supposed to come with, but blaster is functional, so I'm just going to hold on to it for now. If I get something to use it with in the future, I'll probably take it out. If not, just for now, it's in the packaging. Might be fun to play around with. Up next, we have a strong arm. I forget how much I got this for, but it was pretty cheap at, I forget what store it was as well. But I picked it up a while ago. This is actually the first strong arm in my collection. I usually go with the hammer shot over the strong arm, just because I remember a lot from the Maverick, this type of design. When you're running around, sometimes the darts pop out a little bit and then it jams, but that was probably more of a Maverick problem than a strong arm problem, but being that it's a very similar design, it still makes me think of that, and it's a concern of mine. So I usually just always go with the hammer shot, especially now with the 3D printable cylinders. You can get whatever 7 or 8 shots out of a hammer shot, and it's one-hand primable. So well, this is cool, I'll probably use it for an integration or something rather than use it on its own like I would a hammer shot. Speaking of store-based deals, I got a really sweet deal on strifes recently. I picked up 5 of them for 14 bucks a piece. So this is just one of them, but now I'm up to, I believe, 7 strifes and a Rapid Red new in box. So I'm preparing for the strife apocalypse. I don't know about you guys, although it does seem like they are producing more strifes. So lucky for everyone, we get some of the best Nerf blaster ever produced for longer, but I'm all stocked up just in case. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely ready for when the flywheel apocalypse hits. I got most of my stock blasters down there, and then I got some other stuff up there. But, you know, super happy to have a bunch of my favorite Nerf blaster just waiting to be modified. Up next we have the Nerf Crossbolt. Now, this is kind of a quirky blaster. I'm not sure if I like it in the stock form or not. The last Crossbolt I had, I made a Stribolt where I basically used the small portion in the back as a sort of makeshift Raven in a basically a poor man's Straven. But it's kind of fun just to play around with. It's got so many locks and weird things in stock form that I wouldn't really, you know, enjoy using. But overall, I mean, it's kind of a weird, quirky blaster, kind of strange looking. It definitely is one of the more unique Nerf blasters that they've released in the past few years, for better or worse, but, you know, take of that what you will. Okay, now the big haul for the past few weeks has been this Rhino Fire, which I actually got for free from a modifying competition at my HVZ club. So they're trying to get rid of a bunch of their large blasters that they've sort of accumulated over the past few years. So all the winners for the various categories got to basically just go up and pick a blaster out of their collection. So I went with the Rhino Fire because it's large and awesome, and I think that the as goofy as this sounds, I know people have made some cool like Rhino Fire pistols out of them and stuff, but I kind of like it in this form, and I love the fact that the barrels go back and forth. It's so gimmicky and it's so fantastic. It reminds me of a lot of the Pulsator, which is again a gimmicky and fantastic blaster, but this is basically a double rapid strike that has the goofy back and forth motion. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it, or if I even want to open it, because it's got some crazy internals in terms of just a lot of things going on. The only thing I hate about it is this paddle 2-stage trigger. Like, this one has the handle's kind of loose, as you hopefully see here, it wiggles back and forth, and that makes the 2-stage trigger kind of unreliable. So I tried tightening it, but I don't know what the previous owner did to it, but it basically just won't tighten any further. So I'm either going to try to fix this and then stick with it, or I might modify it to have like an actual handle and maybe like some kind of carrying handle in the front, and then just use it like this, and then something ridiculous like 235 drums. But I definitely, when I modify it, if I do, I want to keep the sort of turret thing going on here. I think it's hilarious. But I prefer a slight performance upgrade might be necessary. Maybe some replacement flywheels with something slightly stronger, maybe like an RM2 or something that would work on stock voltage, just because I can't go over 90 FPS for my nerfing club, which is probably the only place I would use this, because I would never bring it to, like, you know, an NIC or super stock level war, unless the thing was super overhauled, which might be a fun project, but I think it's a little more than I want to take on right now, being that I have a few things going and I need to start my end war primary. So that's pretty much it for my thrifting video. If you guys liked this video, let me know. Otherwise, if you think there's anything I should change about the formatting, please let me know. I know that I'm pretty new to thrifting videos. There's plenty of other channels that do it on the regular, so hopefully I can keep up with it. I mean, I'm still trying to look for blasters, but when it happens, it happens. I tend to not buy just everything that I see. I pass up on a lot of smaller blasters that I don't really need. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Upcoming projects, I have this 3D printed crossbow, which has been very cool. It has a little few finishing things I have to do with it. But overall, I mean, it's pretty much there. It is functional. It needs some cosmetic touch-up, and then that video will be finished. I need to do a little more detailing and touch-up, like I said. And then, you know, it'll be all good to go. Wish I thrifted one of these, but, you know, we can't always be that lucky. So yeah, look forward to this video hopefully soon. I just started my End War primary, so there'll probably be a part 1 of that build vlog coming up soon. I'm going to try to spread that out just because I'm working on it sort of here and there when I get the chance to, so it'll be an extended build, and I'm going to try to hopefully take you guys along with me during that process. So thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and look out for those videos in the future.